What are you doing out there yelling at everybody? Good afternoon. It's a pop-up nooner. Which I should have put that on the title, but I was afraid it wouldn't go on. Ooh. Having trouble uploading. So, we're going to have to go back to the pop-up live streams. Isn't that fun? I'm looking for something. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I'm getting organized. We're getting organized. Gotta put you in there. I think I'm the only one here. Okay. Getting our act together. I gotta start plugging stuff in. I got a late start on the day. I'm coming out. Will you stop for a second? Duke's in rare form today. He's in rare form. So, because I can't upload, I'm just gonna record the lives, and eventually they go up in an hour or so. Otherwise, it's 6.5 to 9 hours. One of them that was 20 minutes long was gonna take 32 hours to upload because we just sent 5 astronauts into space, or 4, whatever it was. I'm going outside for a couple seconds, and then I don't know what. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta get done because supposedly it may rain later. So I just got my black battery up to speed. My nose is running like crazy today. I woke up sneezing and coughing and sorry. I'll let you look at these. Look at the Duke. Where's the Duke? The Duke is down there. There he is. Hopefully you can see him. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't find the phone mount because Duke ran off with it. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. So, I can't find it anywhere. Absolutely nowhere. So we're giving up on that today because I have no choice but to give up on it. I'll be there in a minute. Everybody relax. Keep your pantyhose on. Just stay there for a second. Here we come. You gotta get out of the way, buddy. You gotta get out of the way, Buster. Excuse me a minute. Yeah, give you a close in person. You can see that. We're back. Trying to get out of the van. Get the chair going over here. But we're having a mess of a time. Okay. Gotta get the water and stuff out. Excuse my butt in your face. There we go. I can't find the camera mount. Duke ran off with it. So we're gonna tilt you down a little bit more. Okay, there I am. Looking for my door here. I'll put that. Yeah. Wouldn't be van life if you didn't open the door and the entire freaking van fell out. Okay, everybody's buzzing around. I'm trying to charge the fan because it's really hot now. Oh, that's why. I pushed my stuff too far forward. Just a little bit. And these guys had to come back again. because it's mosquito season. Right now, I'm just pulling out the mobile solar panel. I have two fixed to the top. These are the bendy ones. So I kept one loose. I didn't glue them to the car because I'm not sure what I'm doing with them or where I really want them. And one I like to just be able to take with me because it weighs like 2 pounds, maybe. I could hold this with my pinky. So this goes wherever I want it to go, which is good. Because sometimes the angle, I can't move the car into position, but I can move this guy wherever I want him. And they are working pretty well. Hold on. Oh, I need the box. We need the box. Hold on a minute. And I found my single adapter from my Jackery, the little yellow 8.3 millimeter, whatever it is, thingy. So, for those who don't know about the solar, this is an extension cord for a solar panel. Where are we? Two of these go into these guys. This is where you plug everything in. This only has 3. I have one that just has a singular Jackery plug on it. Then I have another one of these that has 7 of these adapters on the end. Every one you'll ever need. So I have one for each solar panel now. That I found my missing one. And I was glad I found it because they're like $25, $30 each depending on where you get them from. And this thing can get expensive, especially the long wire. So, we're plugging in. And for anything small, like your cell phones and your laptops, and small things like this that recharge USB, you need one of these. Because it would be like charging this on a car battery. You'd blow it out or set it on fire. It regulates the electricity coming in because this can only handle so many watts going in. So you plug your charge controller into your bottom box. I gotta put it in the right way. Okay, there you go. Pumping out solar panels. What are we getting? Getting 18 volts just on the one panel. Now I've put them together, which I might try in a little while. I didn't feel like getting out all the connectors because I'm just charging up this guy. But just to get it going right now, then it's USB on the side. And we're charging this. We charging? It's hard to see. Yeah, we're charging. We are charging. Are we? Yes. Ah. Alright, we're having problems with the wire again. These little wires, if stuff ain't charging, it's because it got bent or just moved just that much. And I take extra special care of these wires because it is my life. Especially the ones that run my fan. And something very important, and I'm going to go get it to show you because nobody said anything about this. I've only heard it in 2 videos because I don't think anybody knows that these things get hot. A lot of the solar regulators, controllers, are mounted on walls. Those things get hotter than hell. My hand burned and stuck to the back of this little controller. Okay, look how tiny this little thing is. This gets hotter than a clothes iron, by the way. So if you just throw it down, it's gonna set something on fire, okay? Just like leaving a laptop on a blanket. If you sat there all day and left your iPad sitting on a blanket, especially the older ones, we had, when the first fleece blankets came out, Richard, one of his children, was charging their iPad up, their laptop, MacBook, say, and left it on top of a fleece blanket in the trailer all day long. Never came back to unplug it when it was done. Knew it was only going to take 2 hours, but they never came back. That thing was plugged in for 11 straight hours, sitting on their bunk bed with like a pillow half on it and off because they were doing something and knocked it on top. It cannot be in between two things like that. The fleece blanket was melted into plastic just from the heat of that thing overcharging and being plugged in for 11 straight hours. So don't do that, because we almost lost everything, including ourselves. If one of us would have fell asleep, supposing the kids decide to spend the night at someone else's house, whoever was sleeping in the trailer that night would have been killed and burned alive. I gotta go get some. While we were in the dollar store the other day, they have these little galvanized, it's a sign. Looks like a tag. Okay? You can use this. It was $3. I went to go get a piece in Home Depot and they wanted like $10 for a little tiny piece. Then the other one, they only come in a couple of sizes. Ginormous, sheet, or teeny tiny stuff. And it's very expensive, this stuff. So, and they don't cut it. So in order not to have to go buy a pair of tin snips and all that, I just got this. This is a hot plate when you're cooking and you have nowhere to put anything down. Throw this down and you can put a hot frying pan right on it and it won't burn anything through it. Number one. Number two. Second thing about the charge controller, it cannot sit in the sun or it gets even hotter and can catch fire. And that's in the itty bitty little end of the directions. And I found that on a video it was a kid from MIT, I think it was. But I'll check the chat in a minute because I'm out here, I can't see crap. But yeah, I didn't know that either. These things are very dangerous, and I see a lot of people have them screwed to wood. It'll set wood on fire. That's how hot this will get. Can you hold on a minute? Dookie got a new coat today. He got a new jacket. He's all in camo. And the other one got extremely dirty, and I found one his size. He's all in blue camouflage. He's all in blue camouflage. You all in blue camo? It's gonna be a little hot in the summer. I gotta find some kind of mesh. What do? You can't have the phone. You can't have the phone. No, we can't have the phone. I'm coming in. Hold on. Oh, I'm coming back. So I got up my curtain and my green one inside. My mosquito net. Lace curtains work better. They let more air through than the black screens, which I left in the storage unit because you don't get no air through there. I sat there with a 30-mile-an-hour wind, putting my hand up against it with a little piece of tissue. It wouldn't even blow. So, those stupid pillowcase window screens, those are only good for the winter. I don't even know what they're good for. Okay. We got our bed back. Thank God. Okay. Oh, I can't see out there. It's so bright. Let me go back through this. Wow. This thing, forget it. You can't even touch this phone. This AT&T, just because I'm on it a few minutes. I've been on what? A couple minutes. I can't even hold that phone. That's how hot it is. It's burning my fingers. Especially doing the live streams. But this was also about 15 years ago. This was the beginning of the lithium batteries. I'm talking about a laptop, a MacBook Pro with a huge ass battery, not these little cell phones. She left it in for over 12 freaking hours. She burnt her leg because it was on all day, leaving it on her skin. Whatever particular one she had, we made her not bring it anymore. She was not allowed to bring that computer to the trailer anymore. They made her get another one, and then they started getting better cell phones the next summer. So that was over. That was over. The tablets don't get as hot as the folding regular. I'm talking about a laptop, not a little iPad stupid thing. I'm talking about a $4,500 computer that Grandpa bought her, okay? She was going to college, about to, and Grandpa spent about over $5,000 on this laptop because it had to last her for 8 years of medical school. So he was only buying one. And she better upgrade the software as needed. That was it. That was his gift. I was charging something else and I couldn't remember what it was. I think that's it. Okay, I just have to get it in because it's 12 o'clock and I only got a couple hours before it gets cloudy. And everything goes downhill from here. And I put the other curtain up over here. Looks pretty with the red ones too, because it's got the cream color in it. So it looks very nice. Okay, now let's try. Oh. The leash is around the chair. Hold on. I hate these things. Why do you do this to me? It only takes 30 seconds for you to get caught, right? Can I just bring this way so you can just stop with it? I'm going to sit on it. I don't know what you want, bro. I don't know what you want today. My shoes are still wet. Leave them outside. That's because 4.5 gallons of water in my big storage. You stop jumping into oblivion? He should have been a paratrooper. He was a Marine in his last life. Down here in the big hole is what's left of 4 gallons of water. I filled up my 5-gallon jug. I'm over here now. For the sink. Only the brain scientist, genius, I forgot to tie it down. Which should have been fine because about 100 pounds of bricks holding that in place. And everything was cool until some nitwit decided he didn't want to make a U-turn to get on the exit and decided to cut off 4 lanes of traffic doing 65 miles an hour and then come to a complete stop in front of the car in front of me. The entire van, including this guy, all came forward. Everything. The sink was hanging because it's tied, but I have to get those. I gotta get the rocks. I think what I'm gonna do is just go get the marble chips, the white marble, limestone, fill that up with about 50 pounds of rock, and then get the pretty river rocks for the top. And it is hot. I'm trying to grab a pair of glasses so I can go back and read. Hold on. Let's see. The camera mount's gone. Most of my glasses are missing. Oh, I don't know where he's stuffing everything. Oh, I'm tired of picking stuff up and dropping it. Hold on. Oh. My hand is semi-useless today. Oh, there's a pair. Black ones. They're dirty. Hold on. I'm coming. I got to put on eyebrows today. Ah! I look better when I was blurry. Okay, I'm not liking high definition video and all this crap now. Oh, thank you. Walmart. Because they go with this guy. Here, I'll put him on. My green. I'll put him on today. What a disaster. Ah, now I got the gym straightened out again. Since we got I was one of those people who got whacked with the automatic deposit that cut our cards off. And now, because of that hack, there's no automatic payments anymore. You can deposit money in, but you can't make an automatic payment now on those cards. Because they're still not done straightening the crap out. It takes like 6 times for U-Haul to get paid, 5 times for AT&T to get their money out. It's a disaster. It's just a disaster. Hold on, I gotta move here. Okay, you're making me nuts today. Duke's in rare form today. I don't know why. And I lost my cup. Oh, okay, let's try this. Ooh, I got a lot of funny sunburns today. Oh, okay, I'm going back. The weather is not so bad. It's really hot. What's it like up in Missouri? My, I've had family in St. Louis. Okay, stop. What's it like over there? Oh yeah, thank God. Then I can now charge everything. Hello, Giorgio from Canada. I'm a fellow Canadian myself. My dad was born in Newfoundland. My family's in Nova Scotia and Halifax Harbor. And I miss it. I miss it every day that I left there. We're doing not much. No, did you have your drink yet, you lush? Sarah? Why don't you pop your vodka bottle open? Have a shot. Maybe you'd be a nicer fucking person. You know all you're doing is giving me. Now I broke 900. So go ahead, keep coming on with your stupid shit because all you're doing. Yeah, happy fun day Sunday. Thank you. I like that one too, lover. That's funny. You have 1,000 things to bite outside, and you gotta be biting me. How you surviving that sub-zero weather you got back again? I was watching Van Life Bruce, and they've been freezing. Hold on. Here, there's Sally. There's your Sally. I even got him a giant glow-in-the-dark ball to chase. That's down there. That's down there. So, I was just making the little videos. And everything's having trouble uploading. Like, crazy uploading. Like, 15 hours for like 20 minutes. That's insane. I just do this. Whether you log on or not. when I do the live streams. Doesn't matter because it'll be up within an hour. Within an hour, the live streams pop right up. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. That's very nice. 70s are nice. It's not too, it's just getting humid now, and the sun has changed from winter to summer now, and it is hotter than blazes today. Oof. It is hot. It's windy, but it's like just like you open the oven door and 100 degrees is just hitting you in the face. Oh. So yeah, that was it. I was just checking in after my ride yesterday. Oh. I didn't know. I thought they launched those astronauts the other day, but something kept going wrong, and then I fell asleep waiting for the launch because it got delayed, then it got delayed, then it got delayed. And then finally they went off at some point last night. Well, it must have been after midnight. No, me either. I'm too old for the heat now. That was the hardest part of last summer out here. Lord, I felt like I was living in Arizona. It was like 120 degrees out here. It was crazy hot. Even though where I am, it's got a nice breeze. Even with the breeze, like it's like sitting in front of the oven and opening the door on Thanksgiving with the heat comes out with the turkey. I was like, damn, I spent more money on water pouring it over my head, but that's the only way to stay cool down here is to keep your hair wet. As long as your hair is wet, you can deal with 110 degrees. That's not the issue. And he's back again. And he's liking the water. He likes the spray bottle. He likes to get sprayed with the spray bottle. You coming in, you coming out, you don't know what you're doing. How did they get their arms out of there? How? He looks so cute with his little blue camo. Matches his little eyeballs. Oh, stop. Well, I wouldn't have to do it again if you didn't rip your arm out of there, crazy dog. Dookie, what'd you do? Stop. Yeah, I know. Well, you did it. I didn't. Stop pulling your arm out. No, don't chew it. I just bought it. The other one got dirty, and it was almost too small. He got so much bigger so fast. He got real big real quick. Real big real quick. There he is. But no, I can't take the heat. Now my cousins from living down here permanently, after the second year of living in Florida, they couldn't come back to Jersey anymore. My cousin came for one Christmas. He lasted 2 days, and that's in a house, living in a house with the heat on. But to go in and out and go to the stores and stuff, he couldn't deal with it. He was freezing. So on day 3, he got up and announced he's going to the airport and going home. I'm sorry, I love you, but you want to see me, come to Florida and thaw out. And that was it. He never left the state again. Oh, well, he never went above Virginia. Let's just put it that way. Never went past Virginia. Ever again. Right? Yeah. No, we're just chomping today. Today we're chomping. It's a chomping kind of day. Right? I know. We'll go find a stick. You got a million sticks outside. What do you need me for? It's because you're not outside. Ooh, that sounds good. Nice. I miss that. I love my stuffed peppers. My mother used to make good ones. Good ones. My mom used to have a chili recipe. People would buy the ingredients and have her make it. The problem was it wasn't what she was putting in. It was the amount she was making. She had a 10-quart pot. Right? It was like a 10-gallon soup pot. She could only make it in like 8-gallon increments, or else it didn't taste right. It is the funniest thing. No matter how she cut that recipe down, she could only make 8, right? She could only make 8 gallons of it, or it didn't taste right. So we used to eat chili a lot. Stuffed peppers and chilies, I miss those. Ooh, maybe I'll try making those on a barbecue. Oh, nice. That's cool. Are you making a video of it so we can check it out? Yeah, that's my kitchen area right here. My sink. I just went shopping and grabbed a bunch of, you know, every good van lifer's got their thing. Oh, I know, right? My grandmother used to make the best lemon meringue pie. And then she would make it with lime. Yeah, videotape that. Put it up. Let's see. Ow, ow, your little nails. He's got little cat nails. Oh, that's cool. You guys need to thaw it out there. I've been watching all the blizzards. I used to do, because I'm a first responder. I've been doing that since I'm 10 years old with my mom. I know a lot of you guys are new here. My mother was a government first responder, which means when you shut the roads down and gotta make like a FEMA shelter kind of thing and wrangle people together, that's us. Blizzards, snowstorms, blackouts, you know, stuff, anything like that related, plus 9/11 issues. I worked for the federal government. Well, I actually still do. I'm still an active duty federal officer. I'm also a Marine officer. I hold the title of officer in Marines because my dad in Delta Force and my grandfather, my whole family is Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, all of them together. Tinker Air Force Base, that's my grandpa. So, go Navy. We have Navy captains, I have admirals, my cousins, every single person in my family was either in the military or worked for the government in some capacity. Most of the women office kind of people, but wow, only 6 inches? Bye, Ken. Have a good day. We might try again tonight or maybe tomorrow night. Usually I go on around 9:30 at night. Oh, cool. Yeah. My dad was a Marine. This is him. He was, the movie We Were Soldiers, he was one of the 5 guys that lived through the ambush. Those 5 men became the very first Delta Squad. He was in, on K. They were there, they built the base. He's first in, last out guy. And his last, hoorah, mommy. His last mission was 2.5 years in Beirut, from 1978 to 1980. He came home. They let them go about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, because it was their last assignment, because they were so successful at rescuing the hostages on the airplane. They got home early, so that was nice. And he finally retired, thank God. All the biggies he was there for. All that big, like, stuff like that, that's where he would disappear a year, 2 years. My family actually lied to me, because at that time my parents were already divorced. And right around that time. And because they didn't want me glued to the TV for the next 2.5 years, waiting for them to go over there and save those people. They told me he got into a bar fight, and because he was Marine and he punched the guy and he broke his jaw, he had to do 14 months in county jail. I said, 2 years in a county jail? I wasn't that young. And I was like, I let them lie to me. He said goodbye. I talked to him on the phone. I didn't get to see him before I left, before he left. But I knew where he was as soon as I saw what was going on. And my dad's disappearing for 2 years. Yeah, I knew exactly where he was. Yeah. That's a... Oh, shit. Shit. My other grandpa, my last name is Benyon Tinker. Benyon in the Navy, you know, Captain Melvin Benyon, the Benyon destroyer ships. That's my mother's father. So, Major General Tinker's son married Captain Melvin Benyon's daughter. And that's it. My parents' even marriage was probably arranged at that time, because that was the 40s and the 60s, and they were military marriages. I met with a couple 4-star generals when my dad died, and explained a lot, what they could. Explained about the "we were soldiers" thing, because I said, I was watching that movie, We Were Soldiers, and I have all my dad's paperwork that's signed by Colonel Moore and General Moorhead. Both of them started hysterical laughing. I said, he was one of the We Were Soldiers guys, right? Because that's the first Delta Force team that was created. I can add 2 and 2 together. They started laughing. They fessed up. So he was on, the USS West Virginia was his thing. He died then. Sullivan's my last name. Oh, cool. Nice. My uncle, my aunt's husband, is Foley, Captain Jack Foley. He was PT boat captain during the war. Then, of course, they got sunk a million times. Then they moved him up to a bigger boat. And, my cousin is an admiral in the Canadian Navy. He was head of NATO security for the last 25 years, since right after 9/11. So right after I got deployed, he got sent over there, and that was that. I never saw my cousin again. Never saw him again. It's horrible what you lose with your family in the military. I couldn't just leave. My job was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, one of the generals walked over. He bowed, grabbed my hand, turned it over, and kissed my hand like I was the Queen of England. I said, what are you doing? I pulled at my hand. He said, no. He said, it is an honor to meet you. I'm the last living member of any family that I had in the military. That's it. No one else joined. They didn't want them to join as things were going on, especially in the 80s, after, they saw what my dad went through. I have one nephew who's a Marine, and that was it. The rest, my other brothers didn't join. I think one of my older brothers joined, but I'm not sure. Ow, that hurts, buddy. Your teeth are still sharp. Yeah, it does. I've been doing a lot of crying. A lot of crying over what's going on. It's sad. It's really sad. And I start to understand why they feel when things go wrong, like it was all for nothing, Every member of my family is in Arlington Cemetery. They, either got killed in a battle or died of cancer. It's one or the other when you work for the military. One or the other. My dad was Camp Lejeune. I lived on base housing until I was 13 years old almost. And that was bad. My dad was in Paris Island, Camp Lejeune, in the San Diego Navy base. I know. It makes you feel that way in the beginning, and then you watch a big crowd, if you catch my drift, waving those flags, singing the national anthem like they did yesterday. Twice in one night. That was great. It makes you feel better. That's why I like living where I am. I live near the base. This is my father's base, so I like staying here in the military town. Was she? Oh, wow. That's something. Oh, you're yelling at leaves. Or is it a horse? They have horses in the park where I am. Should have seen his face the other day when one went past the windshield. Walked right past the front of the car. He was in the windshield. I didn't see it. He got flat like a cat, trying to hide. Okay, here, rip that up. Try tearing that apart. I can't have you with the cardboard. I can't have you. Not with my fingers. Not with my fingers today. The puppy dim. Yeah. That's why I'm having such issues. I knew when they decided to start paying, the first time I heard that commercial, I'm going to cry for a second, sorry. I lost my husband of 25 years, 2 years ago. And he saw that commercial while he was at work, and he called me. He said, did you see this commercial? I said, yeah, I saw it today. And he said, why all of a sudden? Oh, now it's true? Like that, because he met some girls I met who were Marines who worked bomb disposal. They were all, the whole platoon, all 24 of them were dying. They got irradiated out in the desert, picking up unexploded ordnance, and went to Camp Lejeune for the treatments and ended up having half their stomachs removed 2 months after they went to the hospital for treatment. It killed them. So he watched those girls die, these 2 Marine girls, and he heard that commercial and he's like, why the money? He said, and why now? I said, because we're all coming down. 23 years have gone by. It takes 20 years for mesothelioma to kick in. Everybody's like, oh, you have 20 years with mesothelioma. No, you have 20 years before it develops. Not 20 years and then you die from the minute you're exposed. Oh, hell no. I still have time on my lungs. Not that, I got that much left. I got about this much of the lungs left. That's it. My lungs are very long because I'm very tall, as you see by this guy. All arms and legs here. My dad was very tall. My brothers are 7 foot tall. I used to be 5'9". I shrunk. Yes, all of it. It's okay. I don't care if I just talk to you. It's fine. Everybody's listening. I don't care. But yeah, everything that's wrong. I have cancer in every major organ, both breasts, and I have 2 kinds of breast cancer. Lobular, which is developing tumors and cysts, and ductal, which means it's already in my lymph node system. I have 138 toxic chemicals in my blood out of the 157 that were in the towers. The only reason why I'm still here, I lost my mother and my best friend on the same day, Laura. They died 4 hours apart. She wasn't a first responder. She just lived down the block. That's how much was in the wind that blew north. People who live in Connecticut have the same things as I have. It's insane. The only reason why I'm still here is the radiation. I have duplicate levels of radiation as the people do in Chernobyl. And that's when they finally came out and said that there was some sort of nuclear wastewater on the airplanes mixed in with everything. And that I could no longer have my scans. I could no longer do contrast. I had to sign a stack of papers that big to find out about my polycystic kidneys. That's the cog in my wheel, because of the polycystic kidneys that we got from 9/11, but also from Camp Lejeune. So they say, ooh, like this, and then they stick you in the middle and no one wants to help you. They're paying all my medical. I can't complain. You know what I mean? I can't complain. But, yeah. Yeah, we had over 458 women in one town that's only a 3-mile radius. Remember that? All got breast cancer. People who don't have the BRCA gene. I don't. I had to go through 45 agonizing days waiting for this lab in California to do on my blood. The head of the facility of the head of LabCorp called me personally on the phone to give me the information while I was on the way to getting the lung scan diagnosis from, I had to go to Shands. It's a rare cancer center. They do all the NASA people. They deal with all the Air Force guys, okay, and the guys who fix the planes. Anybody, also my lung doctor. He only does first responding, cops, firemen, rescue workers, and the guys who work with the rocket and the jet fuel. I got in to see him for 2 years before he finally was out of here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You should, because you went through 3 deployments waiting for him to come home. You know, I don't care how long you were married for. That was, that's long deployments, you know. But even like me and my mother, we're still, you know, if it weren't for her family, we'd have been covered under my dad. So I have, not only do I have they gave me Medicare, Medicaid, dual complete, so it covers everything, and everything is pre-approved. From starting 3 years ago, when I lost the lung capacity, went down, they gave me 100% coverage, and I am 100% pre-approved for anything and everything. We don't even have to call the insurance company. And they took good care of us, and yeah, traumatizing is right. It's awful. It's awful. And I didn't realize that when, you know, they're throwing out these words at you, and I had no idea until 9/11. I was a Marine officer, and I'm stuck in between the military and the federal government. You know, I'm a police officer. I'm everything. I work with cops and firemen on a daily basis doing night calls. We had a large senior population in our town, and wherever the cops or the firemen get called, I got to be there with them, doing crowd control, managing the building. I have to get there before they do to open the doors, clear out the lobby, bring down the elevators. If it's a fire, I have the keys to turn them on and off, and then I got to stay until the last fireman leaves and then lock up again. We had a small town, and we took care of our people. A lot of those people in my town are from down here, between Florida and Virginia. So a lot of southern hospitality going on in my town where, you know, we take care of everybody. But yeah, I remember when I was a little girl, must have been around 1972, 73. my dad's unit came back, and we're all out there waiting, and they start pulling in at 3 in the morning, and we were already up and waiting for them to come back, and there was a car missing, and then only 10 guys got out, and we're looking all over and realized that my friend Brian's dad wasn't with them. My dad and everybody else, we all lived together in the same, his unit, our families all lived together as one family. So yeah, that was rough. That was rough. I must have been about 5 years old. Brian was about 9. He was a little bit older than me. And yeah, the homecoming, is the worst, waiting to see who gets out of the car. I mean, people didn't even understand. It's like, yeah, they're coming back, but you don't get a heads up until they come home. What happened? They never called his mother or my mother to tell her, what had happened. We didn't know until they pulled in the driveway. Yeah. So, but it's a wreck. It's a wreck. And then losing my house due to hurricanes it's been a mess. There's nowhere to go. 6 months at a time. I'm not moving into the VA transitional. That's all they can offer me is 6 months. Then I'd have to leave for a month, go back on the list again, and sign back up again to be put back in. I was like, it's a bedroom. It's an 8x8 bedroom. It's no bigger than the van I'm sitting in. There's no stove, there's no running water, and there's no toilet. You gotta walk down the block. I have kidney cancer. I'm up like every 20 minutes peeing. Yeah. Either I don't go all day or I'm going every 20 minutes. It's, depending on whether they're in overdrive or shutting down, And I'm like, I'm not walking out at 4 in the morning in the middle of nowhere where this place is. Yeah. Yeah. I liked the movie We Were Soldiers because it gets into like every single aspect, just sending the notifications, who's going to go over, who's going to tell them, that's a rough one too. Having to tell somebody that's awful. I did that with the town. If someone died or we couldn't save them, it was our responsibility to find the family, get the emergency phone number, and then go in person. And that was the identifications and the notifications of the families was probably the hardest part of my job over the years, because you never know how they're going to take it. You never know how close someone is, or maybe they just had a fight last week, or, you have no idea what went on before this person died. And I've had people hit the floor and pass out, smash their head open. You have to be careful how you tell someone someone's gone, because they got to be sitting, make sure there's no furniture around. One woman passed out and cracked her head open on the coffee table. Now I'm calling the ambulance because she just passed out. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. That was hard. Or extended deployment where you think they're coming home and they're not, and you don't know nothing. It was crazy. It was crazy. That 2 years my dad was there was insane. Was insane. And for a while when I was younger, they pretended that he wasn't in the Army anymore and that he was an over-the-road truck driver. As stuff started getting out of control, as I went into school. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That never goes away. And you would think that after it's all over, that would be gone. But it's not. And I think because, other people are still going through it. I can't even look at Arlington Cemetery. Just a photograph of that place brings me to my knees. It just, you see the hundreds and thousands of people. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. And now here we go all over again, when it stays forever. Stays forever. Friends of mine joined, sons of, now, my friend's father was in the unit. He lived, they lived to retire. My dad's best friends say, and, hey, he got his girlfriend pregnant and figured, you know what? It's pretty quiet. I'm going to join up. Get some money, go to college, get my engineering degree, and then go work for NASA or something, or Boeing. Or 6 months after basic training, the first 9/11 happened, the truck bombing. In 3 weeks, he was gone. He was gone. He was in the middle of Baghdad, and he was 23 years old, 24, and he's an easygoing kid. Never really ever thought of joining. It was a second. It was just they didn't have enough money. He needed to do something. They didn't have nowhere to live, and here comes the baby, So he said, well, I'll do this. I'll just do a 4-year stint, get some education. Next thing you know, he's running into Saddam's army of 12-year-olds. They didn't know until after the fighting was over and the last bullet was flying, and they started unmasking these 7 foot tall dudes. Well, my brothers were young. My brothers are 6'11". Now look at Byron, Trump's kid. What was he? 13 years old. He was taller than him. What was he? 6'10", and he was 14 years old. You can't tell by height how old someone was. My friend, I don't want to say his name, he had a nervous breakdown. He snapped, and so did another friend of mine who went in after that and ran into the same thing in Afghanistan. A bunch of little kids. He said, they're so tall, you can't tell how old they are. And they cover their face. And the 2 of them ended up getting discharged. My first friend, whose father was in the unit, eventually he was okay. But he was on a payphone with his mother, losing it. Completely losing it. He almost killed himself right there when they realized what they had done. And I don't know how many of those poor kids ended up killing themselves later on because they couldn't deal with the fact that they shot a bunch of 12-year-old children. It's not their fault. People made them do it, but I know. It's awful. And those 2 kids, what killed me for months were the 2 boys who flew the plane out of Afghanistan. Does everybody know what happened to them? The ones that were flying and leaving people, that were jumping off of airplanes, watching the lady with the baby get killed while they're taking off. Those 2 boys, around 3 o'clock in the morning, went into the hangar, threw ropes over the propellers, and hung themselves. 21 and 22 years old. They killed themselves because they had to leave their friends behind. They had to leave the lady with the pregnant woman. And they didn't even talk about it. Nobody even talked about that. But yeah, the 2 boys who flew that plane out of Afghanistan committed suicide that night at 3 o'clock in the morning on base. Oh, yeah. No, he's mad because he can't have my finger. He goes, oh, I need to eat your fingers, Mommy. Oh, these things are giving me a headache. But, yeah. So, with all of this, you know, a couple of months ago, they put me, they're listing me as palliative care. My pancreas keeps crapping out. Did you? We usually have cats all the time. He was a gift. But this driving me crazy. This, biting. And he keeps starting fights with bigger dogs. He almost jumped out the window at a pit bull the other day at a red light, while that dog's jumping out of his window. I was like, this is not good. Oh, 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 oh. Go play with your sticks outside. Go play with your sticks outside. Go get your sticks. I can't see the phone outside. You have to go outside. You're jumping out the door. I don't want to go off. Okay, good. Go do your van life. So this van life was by necessity. We used to have 6. We always had 3. A minimum of 3. Minimum of 3. Okay, videotape that and let's see it later. Bye, Laura and Donovan. Have a good time. Take care of yourselves. And smile. And I set an alarm. 1 hour. That's all I'm allowed to cry. I've been doing that for years now. Bye, Laura. Take care of yourself. We have group therapy on here, so don't worry. It's not a real van life channel. It's kind of group therapy in a van. Have a good day. Maybe we'll see you tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on. Oh, okay, I think that's done. I'm going to turn all this stuff off now. I'm going to turn off. Yeah, I know, right? We all need therapy. Everybody. No. Why are you doing that? Oh. Yeah, Duke needs therapy. No, we're not biting faces. No. Oh, that's not your finger. But you're biting too hard because your teeth are all coming in now. Your teeth are all coming in now. Here, you don't like this guy, so be mean to him. There you go. For some reason, he likes to beat this guy up. I don't know why. Welcome, Karen. Hello. I'm just coming on for little quickies. Really quick. I'm having trouble. I live too close to Cape Canaveral, so I lose bandwidth. And you need a lot of bandwidth. I can't get my videos to upload. They're taking way too long. Oh, he's got everything. He's got it all. Piggy, he's got everything to chew on. He just wants my finger. That's it. He wants Mommy's finger, and that's it. He does it to his first mommy. Yes, he does, because all his teethies are in. All his little teethies are in. Little jerk that he is. He stole the camera mount, and it's big, too. He doesn't want anything. He just wants the finger. Just the fingers. Yeah, I know. That's it. It's just the hand. I give him the hand and he stops. I just want to bite my mommy. I just want to bite your fingers. But you bite too hard some days, crazy dog. Can't get crazy on the fingers. He's got a million bones, a million things. Everything. And my headbands, they're all in his... Got a little toy box. Of course, what's in there? My headband. My bandana. And the hairband. There he goes. We're going to chew up the hairband. This one. There you go. Half of my stuff is in here. A pair of shorts he stole. He can have them. He took a pair of like bike shorts. Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. My arms are all scratched, plus his little cat nails. I didn't realize they had such thin nails like a cat. Right? We didn't know you had nails like a kitty. I cut them the other day, but they grew back in like overnight. His name is Duke. Because he got giant ears like John Wayne. And when he's being nice, he looks like Baby Yoda because his ears, when they're resting, lay sideways. Just like this. His ears just stick out sideways like Baby Yoda. So we were calling him Yoda. He answers to both names. They started calling him Yoda. There he goes. See? His little droopy sideways ears. But he's so tough. And so he has no fear. No fear of heights, of getting hurt. He's a deer-head Chihuahua. They are the most stubborn, pig-headed, crazy dogs. And they're fearless. They are fearless. They're not, the only thing they're ever afraid of is their owner. And that's it. That is it. Nothing else scares the crap out of them. And most of the time, these dogs, deer-head Chihuahuas, end up getting killed by other dogs. He started a fight with a pit bull. Then he started a fight with a Rottweiler. Then he started a fight with a German Shepherd. They had a big doggy day festival a couple of months ago. I couldn't even take him in there. He's jumping out the window at red lights at other dogs. He's nuts. 55. And I found out, will you stop? I got my diagnosis 4.5 years ago. Right before I found out that I was getting sick in 2018. Some things were going wrong. I found out I had breast cancer coming. And then we had a lot of chemotherapy. In the very beginning. My last one I did was, I'm on pill form of it because I can't do IVs anymore. And when I did do it, it was 96 straight days at a time. It wasn't like treating normal cancer because I have cancer all over, everywhere. My breast, my lungs, my kidneys, my liver. I have arteriosclerosis of the heart. I have throat cancer, mouth cancer. The only two places it hasn't gotten yet are my brain and my stomach. It's just hitting my pancreas now. So they explained to me that the reason why my pancreas is crapping out and is not producing any sugar and my sugar is being eaten by the cancer, my sugar drops down to zero. I'm eating sugar all day long. Now, when you eat, your sugar goes up. At first, my sugar was over 900. It went crazy high. Then all of a sudden, it dropped to the floor a couple of years ago. And they explained to me that I have something called diabetes mellitus, which is high and low blood sugar at the same time. Problem is that continual dropping of the sugar. At one point, my pancreas won't turn back on. They can't give me a timeline. I can't take the medication because it'll kill my kidneys instantly. If I take the medicine for the pancreas, it'll kill my liver and my kidneys because they're covered in tumors and lesions. Oh, God. I also have polio. I got that from the shot. I got mine in... 67, 68, and 69, half and full live vaccines came out. Yes. 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 That's why he's sitting and not doing much except for waiting, you know. The first responding became like the perfect job for seniors for me. You know, I knew what they needed. I, you know, understood them. Okay. Richard has people in his family, has special needs, and Parkinson's. Parkinson's. But real bad Parkinson's. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. So, yeah. And Richard passed away, be 3 years this November. He had a heart attack. His heart stopped, and I found him. I came home from the doctor telling me that we couldn't be operated on anymore because I woke up during a lung biopsy on both lungs, and they couldn't give me any more anesthesia and had to finish. It was maddening. Madness. They fill your lungs up full of saline fluid, 1 bag per lung full of water. I had to stay awake, choking with tubes down my throat while they're trying to do all this. Oh, you have MS. Because it comes from all of it. Yeah. MS is, I know with the glaucoma, it's hard. I had a friend who had MS. I dated a guy who had MS for a while. It was awful what he had to go through. We met out at the muscular dystrophy clinic. And you know what the funny thing was? Is that he had a Stingray. A Corvette. Stick shift. He could drive the stick shift. Oh, wow. I used to do a lot of painting, like arts and crafts, hobbies. I used to build furniture for a while, but I did a lot of paintings and drawings. There was a lot. Both my parents paint. Oh, 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 oh. And they're very like artsy, craftsy kind of. You know, my dad used to make leather belts, moccasins. I have a little purse he made me when I was a little girl. I still have it. He had one too. He made me those little, I don't know if I can get it off of here. The phone, I can't get this. He made this for me. And I'm actually holding it in a picture over here up on my ceiling. It's posted in my community pages. He made me a purple one and a brown one. The suede bags. They used to do the flea market circuit. My dad was a motocross and amateur semi-pro professional racer. So they'd always have the flea markets there. So while my dad was going through finals and trying to make it to the final cut, we did a flea market stuff. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Hello. So yeah, it's a lot. So let me see. I was waiting for someone to show up, but they didn't. Okay. I'm just trying to scroll back through. These dogs are crazy. Oh, there go the police. It's a busy police day today. Oh, there they go in. Oh wait, what time is it? I think they come here for lunch. I think one of these cops must have a horse that stays in the stables because they always spend their lunch hour here. They are busy today. Sunday also looks like it's about to start raining again. I was hoping it wouldn't. Oh, we're almost full. There we go. I just gotta make sure these batteries get charged. Oh, and then we could try that again. Try it again later, right? Because this guy is about to run out of juice. This was the last thing. 1 o'clock. All right, I figured I got an hour out of it. I'm down to like 12% now on the phone. Hello, Vanessa. But we'll be back on later on. I was checking in with someone. Oh, because, oh, there you are. Yes, I'm back. I was just getting off. I'm going to try coming on tonight. That's why I was looking to see if you guys were mixed up in here in these conversations. But I'm going to try coming back on. This stupid launch, I had to go live. I couldn't upload. It was going to take 14 hours for a 22-minute video to go up. I said, you know what? I'm just going to do the live stream and let them upload it. It'll be up in an hour. So this should be up by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Hey, tea lover. There you are. Yeah, that's why I gotta charge this. It's starting to die out. I was just hooking up all the solar panels because it's gonna rain again, I think. Or we're just losing the sun for the rest of the day. So we're gonna try tonight. I'm surprised I've been on this long already. But it was better than trying to upload. That was not happening. That's not happening, is it? I don't know why. All your stuff's all over the grass. Look at that. All his toys are outside. He's having fun. Having some fun. We went and picked up a new set of sheets today. Gotta fix the bed. Redo everything. And then start cleaning out all the sand. I was waiting till I left. I was vacuuming every 10 minutes. I'm gonna wear out that vacuum. I love it. No, it's cloudy. It's just one big massive cloud. And it's coming off the beach, too. It's like all of a sudden the temperature just dropped. I went from sweating to death to the minute you get rid of the sun, it's still chilly. Okay, I'm getting your weather from yesterday today. And it looks like it's coming from that way. We're getting stuck in between two. One coming off the ocean and one coming from your side. It rained this morning. Thank God I woke up. It was early. It started around 4. And it must have ended about just as I was waking up. I got up about 6 again. Oh, fly. It's just the flies. It's the flies. So, yeah. So, I had to get everybody charged up so I could charge the phone. because I don't have that long of a ride. Right? Yeah, I kept waiting for it to rain yesterday, but it never did. It came this morning. I was like, there weren't any clouds out. Where the hell did the rain come from? I said, either that or we're getting rain. The rocket fuel just made it down. And it's not rain, right? I was like, shit, did that thing explode while I was asleep? Sitting there for 3 hours. We got to T-minus 3 minutes and they put it back up to 4 hours again. I was like, oh, come on. Oh, it didn't pour. Just enough to be annoying, but not enough to make a puddle. I couldn't leave the back windows open and I had to shut them and sweating. I'm trying to get my little electric rechargeable fans charged up. Right now it's coming off the ocean, really windy now. But on the radar, it's coming from your side. I don't get it. How crowded is it over there? It's like July over here. It's like 4th of July weekend. I couldn't get anywhere. It was like bumper to bumper, right? Doesn't it feel like July? Where all of a sudden you're like this and you're in bumper to bumper traffic and you sit through like 2 traffic lights before you actually get through it. That's getting on my nerves. Especially now that the sun's coming back, heating up again. I gotta go get the, I gotta brave the big Walmart. I gotta get that black window cling stuff I had on. Yes, the group therapy is extremely helpful. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, that place was really nice. It was extremely clean. It was really nice. On the outskirts of when I was looking, because I drove past a little bit looking at actually where I was. I was so trying to get there that I didn't have time to look on the way in, you know what I mean? So I took my time after I closed the gate to drive around a little bit and check the joint out. It's pretty cool. You're in the middle of a farm. It's a farm. That's all they did. They cut out a certain amount that has to be for water and overgrown stuff and like a hay field. And that's what they called the wilderness preserve. But these preserves have hunters on them. I don't know what's in season, but people are shooting a whole bunch of crap between 4 and 6 in the morning. I don't know if they snuck in and were just, because it's a self check-in for hunters, and you have to list what gun you used, what you shot, and what you took out, and if you shot something and couldn't find it and it's still on the property. So I don't know what they were hunting. I don't think they were hunting the cows. Oh yeah, I was by the brand new spring training camp that they just built. The Yankees, Boston, Arizona, and one of the California teams were pulling in as I was going by. We used to go there all the time as a kid and watch the Yankees and the Mets play each other in spring training. I love spring training. Oh, we are mobbed. By the first week of July, you can't drive down the street here. It's like New York at rush hour. Yeah, I know. Oh, everybody's down now? Good. He popped himself out. I popped myself out, bro. I bit myself out. And we got him a new camouflage. Right, Tom? We got you new camouflage. Let me see the camouflage. Yeah. He's been eating so much I couldn't get that thing around his belly. Okay. How you doing, Jack? Yeah, we'll probably be on tonight. Figure after 9. Let everybody get home. I tried to give that time zone thing some time to catch up. I was watching, who was on the other night? I caught part of theirs. Oh, Bruce. That's our, I couldn't remember his name. Bruce Van Life Jr. They're up there freezing to death in Canada, so they're doing a live stream every night. And the Starlink was freezing up. It was getting covered with snow. I was like, get out there with a broom and dust that off. Oh. So I was watching them do theirs last night. But the time change, it's funny from city to city. Where I thought that he would have been 4 hours, or at least 3 hours, at a certain part, mountain time disappears. So where Van Life Plus is 4 hours ahead of us, Bruce Van Life Jr. is only 2 hours. I was like, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon there, and it was 6 o'clock here. I'm like, wait, but you're near these people, aren't you? And I forgot that part of Canada doesn't recognize mountain time. They have Pacific, Central, and Eastern. And a very small section of Canada does not recognize mountain time. It just disappears. Maybe there's nobody living in that section, so it doesn't matter. Right? Is that where all the state parks in Canada are? That was at Dollar General, $5. Thank God. The other one was I was squeezing it on him, and the neck was getting too tight on the belly. So he has grown. This is a small, and I had to make it bigger. I made it as small as I could. It was too small, the small, because that one's extra small. So I had to open up. Yeah, and it's nice. It's heavy duty. It's a little hot for him. But yeah, it's not bad. I figure when it gets too hot in the summer, it can just soak it, make it wet. That's what I did with Mouse. I put his harness in the ice water, let it get nice and cold and soak, because it's hard to soak nylon. You know what I mean? It only gets so wet, so I would leave it in there for like an hour in the morning, let it get nice and wet, and then I put it on him. But he's liking the harness, so he might actually start wearing. He wears the sweatshirt when he's cold. He likes it at night. And I don't know where he took his t-shirt. He stole his t-shirt. It's a little orange one. It's cute. Ugh. I hate that clove oil smell. Reminds me of the dentist. Oh, I know. It's just getting worse. Yeah, he does. That's what I was saying before you come on. He likes the spray bottle. I was like, oh, I could use the spray bottle when he's doing something. Just shoot him with the spray bottle. No, he came over and sat down and closed his eyes. I was like, oh, man. It worked on the cat until the cat started liking it, too. But yeah, he likes to be wet. It's getting warm enough now where he's more comfortable. He's not hiding under every blanket in the place. Yeah, we have 3 of them went up over here. There's a new one being built, a new country club, uh, health spa, and like a small villages place, but very small. But a version like that where they have their own restaurant, they have a small grocery store in there. It's like they never have to come out of there. It's a little weird. But yeah, everybody's mad at the $500,000 and up houses when half the county's living in the park, in the campground now. It's like, at least expand the, you can expand stuff. We have enough room in this park where you can make a second campground. I don't know why they won't. They don't want the festivals and the carnivals here anymore. Then take that space that you use for the state fair that no one ever uses. It's like 15 acres back here that no one ever touches. It's all roped off because they only use it for festivals. Well, now they don't want them anymore because the idiots who moved here aren't liking living across the street from the park. Well, then move. That's why this park is here. Anyway, they moved some of the festivals to some really shitty areas. And now no one's going to end up going to those. Those people are never going to make any money because they're not going to get robbed and shot going to a carnival. Okay? Your car's going to get stolen. I mean, in really nasty areas, they decided to push this huge month-long festival that is everyone's favorite. The people who own the festival are refusing to go to that town. So now they're talking with someone else in another board of trustees in another city close by because they don't want to screw over the people who come here to this thing. Maddening. Maddening. They love it. It's their favorite one. Ah. Oh, Tea Lover's here. She's over by me. Usually. She on this side. It doesn't. It's starting to look like New Jersey now. This is nuts. They just chopped down a whole section of forest to put in like 5 more stores. They're adding 3 more storage companies in one section. There's Life Storage, U-Haul, and Public Storage all going up side by side in this one clearing. I was like, you cleared out like 50 acres of trees? For what? We need more storage places? For what? The homeless people live in here? Yeah, of course. It's ridiculous. So, and they're not putting up apartments, they're putting up houses. Nobody has any money. How the hell is anybody paying a mortgage when they can't pay rent? There's people out here, there's one people have 4 kids. 4 kids. I don't know where the hell are they going to go? They've been living here for over a year now in the park. Because they have 4 children enrolled in the school, They're not making them leave. The people who have children and are living in the campground don't have to leave every 14 days. They're giving them special concessions because the kids got to go to school. So you can't keep kicking people out every 7 to 14 days for 3 days. You can't do that. So that's why there's a lot of the campgrounds you can't get in. The only ones they had yesterday were walk-in sites. I was like, well, if the parking lot wasn't that far away from the campsite, I could just set everything up over there and go back and sleep in the car at night when the park closes. They would never know. Because nobody's going to be in the parking lot. I thought about doing that, but that's in the deeper south, and they ain't too friendly down there. Them people down there, if you catch my drift. Oh, yeah, and you have to have insurance. It's gone over $10,000 a year on this side. Somebody's paying $10,500 for a 2-bedroom house. That's it. It ain't big. It's not big. The insurance is like 5 times what the mortgage payment is.